Yeah. Oh no. Nice. That was a nice hit. Wow. Morning. It's about 8 a.m. and it's mid-April and it's already getting to be like 55 degrees, which is pretty weird for Minnesota. Anyways, I just walked maybe 3/4 of a mile and I'm gonna start fishing, probably on nymphs, on the stream I've been to before. It's in one video from last year. Just kind of want revenge on the browns and the upper part of it. So I'm gonna try some stuff, and I might even have a surprise method to try. So stay tuned. Hey, this is a nice one. Nice. You got one. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh no. That was a nice hit. Wow. I'm gonna let it go. I let that fish go because there's a slot limit of 12 to 16 inches and it was nowhere near that 12 inches, so I'm really hoping to catch brown trout right below that 12-inch protected size, because I believe that we should be harvesting the browns out of here in that size range and larger, because there's still good brook trout reproduction in this stream. pull it to the back. Okay, just a tiny little guy. Tiny little brown trout. I did wet my fingertips, as you can see, even though it's just a stupid brown trout. Finally starting to get into the state forest land, past the easement. And there's a couple kind of like transition holes, and I'm going to try those, but I'm really excited to get into the state forest land. You'll see how it just changes pretty dramatically in a way. Hey! Oh! Okay. I'm seeing less habitat right now. I did spook that bundle of fish down there, if you can see them. Looks like all browns. I'm just a little happier back here. It's quieter. Feels more natural. Okay, I just gotta do a bow cast here. Alright, to the right of all that fallen detritus is like a dreamy little tiny hole. Got pretty good casting room. We got a lot of ramps here. Definitely gonna cook some up tonight and bring some home for a ramp pesto. Pretty excited about that. Oh, had a bite already. Well, the woolly bugger hasn't been working, and I'm not that surprised because it's really bright out. It's a really warm, bright day. It's not exactly the dream streamer day, which is too bad because it is frickin', you know, it's mid-April. It's often like that in mid-April, but I don't know. Weather's weird, climate change and all that. Looks like I picked something up on that nymph. Like some algae. Kind of the deal in this weather. It's right after the farmers tilled and, you know, or plowed, whatever. I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm only going to be pretending. But it just seems like There's all these nitrates that come into the water around now. Alright, I'm gonna fish this back hole so that I don't hurry up on the big front hole. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pull out my secret weapon for the big one. Alright, here's the big reveal. My secret weapon is a spin rod with a bobber and earthworms. And to be true to the game, I'm gonna make sure to leave this case of earthworms here so that it can just kind of stay forever on the forest floor. Just kidding, not gonna do that. But I am gonna fish with worms for a second. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I spooked everything. This is hard. Well, no luck with the worms. Felt kind of silly, I just blew up the hole pretty quick. Could probably have lighter tackle. But I'm gonna regroup and go back to fly fishing. I do have admiration for the worm dunkers. And this won't be the last of the worm dunking I do today even. Man, it's tough. Tough fishing. That was a major spook. Wow, now that is a dam, ladies and gents. That is a huge dam. This is like a lake. Holy crap. Pretty amazing. Definitely sturdy enough to walk on. I tied on a rapala. Well, I just caught a brook trout on a rapala. I feel stupid. I think I might go back to streamer fishing. I think I did get a successful safe release out of it, but it just still felt stupid. Well, this is progress. Kind of don't think it's gonna fall the direction they want it to, but what do I know? I'm not a beaver. Alright, back on the fly game. That was funny. Caught one brook trout on a rapala. I think I'll try a rapala in brown trout zone, cause why not? And yeah, I don't know, I think overall fly fishing is still better. But I just wanted to try, and I'm trying to learn when spin fishing is better, because I think sometimes it might be. And a giant lake of a beaver dam is one good example of a thing that could work pretty well with a spin rod. There's a nice earthen beaver lodge. Gotta admire these guys. Not sure what's going on here. Or if there's fish, but sure, I'm curious. I don't think there's fish there. Okay, got a tiny fish on a streamer. Looked like a little brookie. Can't help but just keep walking up. It's such a pretty day. Really mild temps. A little too mild for waders, honestly. Yeah, and I way overpacked this backpack. But whatever. Let's see if I can't find one more nice pool. Then maybe turn around, grab some ramps, and hit this other spot. That is a nice spring feeding in here. Ta-da! Just spooked some ducks off of this pond. Kind of a nice sized pond. I wonder if it's just warm, shallow, and mucky. Looks that way, but yeah. Not like a big spring pond anyways. What a beautiful stream. I think it's time to turn around. I started harvesting some ramps. Wanted to point this out because right here it seems like pretty clear evidence of a beaver dam that has created what is now a large warm water pond that is separate from the stream, and I don't believe is really inputting water. It looks like there's a little bit of seepage, but you know, potentially that seepage is cooled enough by the ground to be damn close to a spring before it gets down to there. Anyways, just wanted to marvel at beavers, oft understood creatures that really do create quite a lot of habitat. I mean, I was seeing ducks and geese in here, and that's pretty cool for a small, narrow little valley like this. Oh, the long walk back to the car. Yeah, I don't know. I think I still want to try to harvest some browns out of here, and I'm going to try and mix the techniques. Just hit the pools, be pretty quick about it, and be done. And by done, I mean go to a different stream. Big old swamp here. Pretty cool to see. Back to the stream. Oh yeah. Man, I wish I was wet wading. Well, I wrapped that up on kind of a slow note. It was really hot and I was getting ready to move along. So now I drove to this other stream. another guy at the parking lot, but I think he's looking for turkeys. So I'm trying not to disturb him, stick to the road, and get on that stream.